We're back!
Meowdy, y'all!
Yay!
Meowdy!
Hello!
Hello, hi JC, hi Jay, hi Shark. I fixed the head pat. Don't you fucking dare tell me it didn't work just now.
Huh?
I fixed it.
And now it's...
I literally closed that. I rebooted my whole computer so that I could fix it. Excuse me. This is not unacceptable. Some people let me know during the break that I reached 800 Twitch subscribers. Thank you all very much for that.
Yay!
Yeah, it's a way bigger number than I could have ever imagined.
Oh my gosh! That's great.
Yeah, great 8. Anyway,
Do you
thank
have
you to all 800 of you. I was
You have
gonna see if
anything
I
you're
could...
gonna do?
I didn't have anything in mind. I didn't even realize I was close. Proud of you. Thanks, Jay. There's a way... What's happening with my head pat? Okay. Okay, it works!
Nice.
That's for you, Jay! Thank you! Thank you, thank you! No, I don't have anything planned, so I'll have to think of something.
Yeah.
Let's open this co-op. Cooperative farm.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. We still didn't watch The Sopranos.
No.
We have 2 more episodes that we're supposed to watch before our call on Tuesday.
Your call about The Sopranos?
Yeah, I have a weekly call about whatever TV show I'm watching.
Oh.
So, like, whenever I say, oh, we're watching Lost,
Yeah.
it's for my TV club.
Oh, that's cute. I love that.
Like a book club, except
Yeah.
it's for TV. Oh, do we have to redo the day?
When did we end? Hello, what doing? We're doing a charity stream!
Pi 3.141592653589793238446?
Huh?
Pi?
Oh, 3.
Pi?
Welcome in.
I need to fix this. I need it to... My closed captions isn't getting my courage microphone.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it is. Why isn't it working? Oh, well. Can only do so much. Not that kind of pie. And why do you have that memorized? Why not?
Because she's a teacher, a math teacher, professor.
I'm a math teacher. I memorized that in 4th grade.
Because she's just that good. Did you get any copper by chance?
Well, I had some cooking in the pot overnight. And that's why I think... So when we logged out of the game, It said it was waiting for the other player still.
Oh.
So, I don't know if you logged out at a bad time and then it couldn't save our day.
Weird.
We need to figure out how to get your pickaxe back.
Yeah, I read something on Reddit that said going to the smith and ask there's an option for lost tools or something. I don't know.
I'll take a look for it as well.
Yeah, because you've been in every chest and you haven't seen a pickaxe.
I didn't.
And you don't have 2 pickaxes. Yeah.
What if I did have toothpick?
Oops.
Oops.
Oopsie.
No, I don't see him. By the way, what
It's
game is
called
this? This
Coral
game's called
Island.
Island.
Anyhow, actually, I sent you a
Arctic
tutorial
sent a
link.
message.
Oh yeah, what I was wanting, like, mostly is I want it to be like a wild card redeem, so like if someone like used the check-in, they can like get a different mushroom. So like there would be like a flying
morel
agar
mushroom.
or a morel mushroom or like that. I was wondering how
Cool.
I would do that. Thank you for the follow, Ancient Pie.
Thank you.
Rin, I'm dumb, and it was actually being upgraded, and I got it back.
Wow. Well, glad that got solved.
Yeah.
Arctic said for Father's Day, my dad decided to ask me when I'm having kids. He already has 20 other kids. Why ask me, the youngest? Homie, I have a cat and trauma. You ain't getting grandkids from me.
Oh my gosh, you and Dinky both redeemed the hydrate.
Give her hydrate!
Hey, good shout out, Shork.
Thank you.
Can I get a shout out for Dinky and Shork and Arctic and everyone who's cool? And
yeah,
streams?
just shout out everyone who's in the chat right now, please.
Nah, I don't stream.
We don't care.
No, you do. You do stream. No, you actually do stream.
Say whatever you
right
want.
Here.
We're shouting you anyway.
You actually streamed yesterday?
You're literally the first person on this list.
Oh, wait. It says you streamed last month.
That's because Sharks did that. That's a cool command. I gotta learn how to do that. Good. Oh, good. I'm not cool? Yes, you are.
Jay also streams on YouTube?
Jay also streams and is really close to 900 subscribers on YouTube if
wow.
you happen to have YouTube open.
Oh, maybe I can get something better from my fossil this time, except not dirt.
Oh, I got a cutscene.
I can't believe you would out.
I can't believe you would out me like this.
It's a Siri bot command. Oh, nice. I love that. Siri bot has cool commands and decimates bots. That's great.
Yeah.
How was today?
Rin, when did you get to 800 followers on Twitch? Yeah, that was today. I didn't even notice, but a couple people messaged me over the break. It happened today. I didn't even know I was close. But yeah, thank you.
I also love the mushrooms.
Thanks to everybody. What is this game about?
So we are trying to restore an island that was overtaken by an oil company.
Yes.
And there's like a trash. So the main goal is to like make the town rank better.
Yes, we're trying to improve the town. The town got like in a big oil spill and we're trying to fix it up.
Yeah.
And clean the ocean. We recently discovered that there's mermaids in the ocean.
We got a big farm.
That's not usual.
That's not usual. The mermaids? No, those are not usual.
When I was playing this game the first time and I saw the mermaids, I was like shocked. No, it's very usual. Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry I brought it up.
I got a bone.
Whoa!
A bone for a dog. That's so like me.
Looks like bones.
My first question would be if mermaids were classified as fish, and if so, could I catch and sell them?
No, you cannot.
No, they're sentient beings. Like, you could date them.
You can date them and marry them. I did marry one in my playthrough. Pick up food? No problem, Shark.
Shark facts.
Be safe.
Sharks have been known to show sight fidelity, returning to the same feeding or breeding areas throughout their lives. This behavior makes them vulnerable to overfishing in specific locations.
That's crazy that it does shark facts on command.
It does dog facts too, and cat facts. Give me the dog fact. Dog fact. Dog fact.
Yes.
Bye-bye, Shorty.
Oh, hi, Mashi.
Hi.
What floor are you going? Well, we should split up.
What floor are you going to?
I'll go to 30, and you
I'll
can
go
to
to
like
15. Yeah.
Yeah. Smaller breeds live longer than larger breeds? Really? I never thought about that before.
I got a note. Oh, my inventory is super full. I should not be down here.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
My god, there are dog facts. There are.
If you go to floor 15, you might be able to see the note I didn't pick up.
But it's for you.
What if it disappears?
Alright.
Random
fact? No random fact.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can Google like all the Siri bot commands, because I'm not sure what all you can do.
As long as it doesn't do anything inappropriate, I'll be pleased.
No, Siri bots, no, I won't.
Because this stream is for the children.
Yeah, for the children. Speaking of children, look at this video.
Oh, play one too.
He's had hard trials that I feel like a lot of people haven't really experienced.
Maybe.
As a little kid, that's gotta be tough.
There's research to demonstrate that play helps healing time, it helps reduce length of stay, it allows them to thrive in an environment when they're faced with adversity.
The go-karts help make gaming possible inside hospitals. They're portable video game stations that are designed specifically to address the challenges in hospital environment. Each cart is equipped with a lift mechanism, a tray for medical equipment, a screen that tilts depending on a patient's situation, and the entire cart is manufactured with medical-grade plastics.
They forget about what's happening in that hospital room. They can use it to distract from a painful procedure. They use it to make the day go by faster.
You've just challenged a driver.
Hello, I'm Megan.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Jerome.
I understand you have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
Yeah, it's a great cause, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. And if you want to donate, you can donate to
Oh
either of us. I have to repin my thing.
That's pretty similar to me, actually. I have
We're
back
giving
all the time.
incentives.
My feeding tube, and
Yeah,
then
if
the
you
metal
donate
braces
$2,
and
you get a
things.
sticky note.
I suppose
On
what
Mashi.
helped me
I'm
is
prime
to
real
think
estate. You gotta pay
there's
10
other
bucks
things
for
around
mine.
me, not
Yeah.
just the fact that I have
Worth.
this condition.
That's awesome.
Well, it's a donation.
She literally draws the name on her sticky note.
I did draw the name on the post-it note. That's why it costs more.
It's great.
Yeah.
The use of video and virtual reality software as therapy continues
Yeah,
to
it's
gain
okay.
momentum in the medical
Just being
community.
here, watching, supporting the stream helps.
No, that's yeah, that helps a lot. No pressure.
No obligation, no pressure. Financial times are hard.
Okay, let me not play that again. Oopsie. Yeah, so we're just making games more accessible to sick children.
Yeah, and I think the videos that they have are really well made.
They are.
It's really not. It's not like
JJ.
You know those videos where it's like they show you all these sad dogs.
Yeah, in the arms of an
they're showing
angel.
you some smiling kids, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. It feels uplifting.
JJ Pookie.
JJ what now?
Dinky called JJ Pookie.
I see that. I started replaying Monster Hunter Stories 2 because I never finished it.
Oh really?
And I don't
I've never
remember.
played those.
It's It was fun the last time I played it, and it's really fun now too. I don't remember why I stopped playing, but I did forget a lot. Apparently, in my last save file, I went up until I was level 24. And I've been playing for a few days now, and I'm only like level 14. So clearly, I played much farther than I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much I don't remember. Like you get a baby Rathalos, and it hatched today, and it's ugly as sin.
Oh.
They gave it a human face.
What?
They gave it a human face.
That's not right.
I'll grab an image. It's
Please.
disturbing. Baby Rathalos Monster Hunter Stories. It's disturbing.
Nightfire, hi!
Nightfire, hi! Oh my gosh, it's nice to see you. My wife with a Y. Like, Jesus, fuck, this guy.
I don't have a trainer pass yet. Are you gonna show on your stream?
Yeah.
Okay,
I can send you.
I'm looking.
Oh, okay. I'm working on it. Image.
You need a pass?
Where'd it go?
Your starter's Chimchar. Cute.
Why not? Why can't I put it on? It's not like it because it's a JPEG? Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Here we go. Why? Why did they do this?
Oh, why?
Why did they do this?
It looks so weird.
It looks so creepy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's not a cute baby.
That's
and all
a
the characters
baby.
in the game
That's
are like,
a grown man.
So you gotta look on my side, Pi, if you want to see it.
Yeah, you gotta look on Ren's side.
Excited for all the updates? We are excited about the updates. I actually didn't read too much into it. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Rimfination. We have free healthcare. Disturbing, right? Like, why?
I say
Why?
is all.
Here, take a look at this slightly different angle. So creepy! This is a newborn baby. Hi, Azazel. This is not cute. This is disturbing. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. So that is a baby Rathalos, which is a monster in the game series Monster Hunter. I'm playing the game in my free time. I'm not streaming it. Monster Hunter Stories 2, and I just hatched that guy out of an egg. And all the characters in the game are like, "Oh, he's so cute. He's weird." It's just like, I don't know what it is about the face. I don't know enough about design. But like, I think it's something about the eyes and the ears.
Yeah, it's the ears, definitely.
But, like, the position of the ears makes it feel like it's a human-oriented face. Pinned comment perfectly cuts off and we're raising money for gamers.
No! Does it really?
I think it's on my side. I'm gonna leave it. That's hilarious. we're monster shaming now. They did try to make it cute. I can tell that they tried. They just failed.
Failed
miserably.
significantly.
Not cute. And it's not even like ugly cute. It's just creepy. Anyway. Not a great one, but there was. Okay.
Oh my god. I forgot I named my chicken Yoki Doki.
Cute.
Yoki Doki.
So we have to
and
get a new chicken
crackers.
named Sayo.
And a sheep
cow
named
Pumpkin.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
we can get a sheep.
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
get
get
a
a
sheep.
sheep.
Possible. Okay, we just have to build the barn, which is what we're getting the copper for right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm rock domino. Anything? Whoa! Somebody just did a bunch of gift memberships on YouTube.
Huh?
Cruiser, is that you?
Cruiser?
No, it's someone else.
Oh!
They sent 50 gift memberships. This can't be real.
50?
Can't be real?
Uh-oh, I passed out.
Me too. They sent a goat and a peace sign. Seba? Seb? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, that's crazy.
Welcome to Rinfination. We have free healthcare.
Rin's so awesome.
Well, I don't even know what to say.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Should I make them a sticky note?
Yeah.
Because I could donate this revenue forward, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you for head pats. Wow. Thank you. I'm gonna make you a sticky note. I would donate more, but due to the number of subscribers you have, they may not be delivered and could end up being automatically refunded. This is enough. Wow, thank you.
Hold on, I think I can
Because
watch
if you
two
feel like you want to donate more,
Oh,
if you feel like you want to donate more, you can donate directly to Gamers Outreach in my pinned comment. And I have some incentives on there too.
Yeah, unless the streamer decides to pay it forward and donate to the charity using your gifted subs.
Right.
It won't go to the charity.
Let me save this, post it. So far, all 3 people who have donated to me, in my campaign, have names that start with S.
That's funny. Yeah.
I guess it would help if I put it in the folder that it needs to live in. Oh wait, no, can't you just click and drag into YouTube Studio now?
Oh wait, drag the image into YouTube Studio?
Yeah, that worked.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's a nice feature. So dramatic? What happened?
So dramatic what?
I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't have our audio both on at the same time. That will be unpleasant.
Yeah, I would mute one of the VODs. Or the tab, one of the tabs.
Yeah. All right, well, I did get a bunch of copper, so we should be able to smelt that?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, phew.
I'm watching you on my
one's
phone.
on the
I'm
phone,
watching
one's
on
on
my
the
TV.
TV.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's very, very nice. Thank you. Okay, let me get this copper going. It's bronze. It's not
Bronze.
copper at all.
We need bronze.
I know. I just have been calling it copper all night. Oops!
Give egg to Erica. I'm holding an egg right now. That's perfect.
Oh, go give it to Erica. I already committed to the TV? No, I actually was not wondering at all, Pi. There was absolutely no judgment.
I need to...
Sorry?
We need to water our crops.
Okay, I'm on it.
Who's Erica? Hi, Barley!
She's a wife.
She's a wife.
She's a wife?
Uh-huh.
She's somebody's wife.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Barufu! Hi, hi!
Barley!
Thank you, Barufu, for the donation!
It's
How's
good!
Coral Island? We're having fun! We've been derailed quite a bit.
Yeah, we have been.
Actually, we were derailed right at the beginning of stream because Shark sent us a donation and we had to just drop everything and do a tier list.
We made a tier list of Coral Island characters.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Let me make you a post-it. What color do you want? What color do you want? You're so cool. No, you are.
Pink. Oh, I didn't make you pink.
I don't know why, but it doesn't show me the color you picked. Like, I made it so that you had to pick a color, but it doesn't show me.
Oh, weird.
What color they picked? Pink, please. You got it. Why even have that as a setting if you can't do it? Guys, if you don't know Bo Barley, you should check out her channel.
Barley's the captain.
She's the captain of our fundraising team, Soul Patrol. So she is responsible for putting this all together, and she's done a great job.
Azazel.
Barley.
Wait, have I never talked to Ava?
Oops.
That's really funny. She's the only one person I haven't talked to.
It's pretty funny. Well, now you've talked to everyone. Barley.
Barley. Look at that.
And
I love how you draw the names on.
Well, the font in Paint 3D only goes up to size 130, and that's not big enough to be readable.
Got yeeted into ads. Wait, no, I've met Ava. Who have I not met?
They're my earrings now. I'm free. Oh, welcome back!
Welcome back.
You actually just missed, Badu Food. You missed somebody... somebody donated 50 subs to... 50 memberships to my YouTube channel. So when I get that revenue, I'll pay it forward. Oh.
Void. It's Void.
Hi,
Void.
That's so hype. Yeah. Is it okay if I take a melon so I can give it to somebody for a quest?
Yes.
Thank you.
Double animal products.
Pa 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 pa. Don't worry about it, Pi.
What is that emote?
What emote? That one?
Yeah.
It's cute.
No, not that one. The shush emote.
Oh. Okay, well we got the bronze is all ready to go.
Heck yeah. Okay, I'm coming.
I'm gonna go deliver this melon.
Deliver that melon.
I gotta go deliver my melons. It's a melon emergency.
Melon emergency?
Well, it was a timed request from the board.
Where did you put the copper bronze?
In the processed materials bin.
Processed materials.
This void. Okay. Oh my gosh, we were driving behind somebody yesterday, and in the back of their car, they had this like plushie of what looked to me like a demonic zombie nun.
Oh.
And
I wonder if it was the one from Conjuring.
Oh, I don't know. I did not recognize it. But I also don't know movies. But that was sure weird.
Oh, they're closed today.
I need to find Bree. Bree is at her house. I should have assumed that.
All my fellas. All my fellas.
All my fellas. She's got all the fellas.
I got all my fellas here.
Bree, I brought you a melon.
I gotta go. I'm ashamed as an unemployed 19-year-old. I can't do anything to help. No! Why are you ashamed?
Watching the stream is good.
No! You have nothing to be ashamed of.
Nothing at all. Oh, torn page 30. This one says, I think the lighthouse is haunted. Why are all these notes about ghosts?
I don't know.
Okay, well I delivered the melon, so mission accomplished.
She delivered the melon. What did I need to deliver? I keep losing track of everything.
Have a good night, Pi.
Bye, Pi. I'm just joking. Good night.
We're closed.
Oh, Erica.
They close at 2 p.m. on Saturday? Come on.
Crazy.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here. Okay, well then, what do I do now? We have to ship eggs and milk.
I have to find Erica somehow.
You can find
Earn
them on
50k coins. Yeah, I'm just trying to find them on the... Is it in alphabetical order? Oh!
She is in the town square.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Goddess Thank you for head pat.
Can you put Ancient's name on a sticky note for me? Ancient's name? I could. I mean, if you want.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Dinky.
Oh. Oh, I see it now. Horufu waifu. Hi. I was hanging out with Core. Core was playing Monster Hunter World, I believe.
Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, I was having lots of fun watching because I was able to be like, oh, I know that from Monster Hunter Stories too.
I love Monster Hunter.
Oh, show me that outfit because we have that same outfit in Monster Hunter Stories too.
My favorite outfit is in, well, I don't think it's in Wilds, but it's in World, the Odogaron outfit.
That's the flamey one, right?
The flamey dog.
Very hot.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Very sexy outfit. Yeah, Korefu showed me that one. That might have been his favorite one too. I don't remember.
It has to be the one with the long ponytail.
The hairdo changes depending on the outfit? I thought the hairdo was
Yeah, there's different, like, there's A, B.
Really?
Yeah, there's different versions
I thought
of
Core's
the outfit.
I thought Core's girl had a ponytail the whole time. But maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Okay. I was distracted looking at other things. Cute clothes. Okay. Where are we at? I got some bugs.
What do you mean I only got 3 stone from that massive stone in the middle of the farm? Crazy.
Zerali Vetri, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Rinfination. We have free healthcare.
Hello.
Okay.
I guess
We're
I
just running
can
in circles.
mine. I know. I'm gonna go
Okay,
to
so
the...
let me grab the stuff that we need, or did you already grab all the materials?
No, I put them back because my pockets were so full.
Okay.
Here's the bronze. I'm gonna put it back in the...
Stone.
Oh, heck yeah! $10! $10 gets you a sticky note and a wheel spin and your name in the game as an animal.
Let's go.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Wait, Dinky, do you have a sticky note or no? Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have a sticky note. Okay, a wheel
Dinky,
spin though.
I'll put one on me.
Oops. Okay, here we go with the wheel spin.
One. Spin the wheel, spin the wheel, spin the wheel.
10 jumping jacks. Oh god.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh god. Okay, put ancient on there.
Okay,
I will. Oh, hold on.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, let me stretch. I just ate.
Jesus Christ, please be careful.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
My god, you can kind of hear her jump.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow, are you? You're good?
I'm good. Okay, let's put
Jumping jacks
ancient's
really
name.
take it out of me.
Oh. Let's drink some milk now. I hate you. What color should Pi be? What color was their Twitch name? It was green.
Green?
I'll make them green.
Okay, so do we need anything other than stone and wood and bronze?
Stone, wood, bronze, 10 fiber.
10 fiber.
200.
I can spare 10 fiber.
200 wood, 100 stone, 5 bronze, 10 fiber.
Great. I'll get that first thing tomorrow.
Is it bedtime?
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
not quite.
Not quite.
I mean, we could just go to bed. Let's just go to bed.
Let me make my sticky note.
Yeah, you can do it on the day ended screen.
Ancient's gonna be like, why the heck am I, green methinks? You think green? Okay. They're gonna be like, why am I a sticky note? Green. Make me smile. Makes me smile. Ancient pie.
Mashi is cool for real, for real.
For real, for real?
That's just a fact.
Thanks. Okay, now that I know I could drag it, that's so...
It's much easier, right?
That's so nice. Where should I put them?
Yeah, I mean, like, you have to cover your boobs. It's unfortunate, but it has to be done. It's for the children.
It's for the children. Okay,
It's
I'm
for
ready.
the children! I'll take mine out. Here. Here you go, guys.
Hell yeah!
You can have these.
I love it. By it, I mean, never mind. Children.
We love children. A cutscene.
Family friendly.
Yes.
Oh, landslide again?
Yeah, maybe. Mashi and Rin voice should be used in anime dub English, you think?
Oh my god! $1,000 will do a...
What?
We'll voice act an anime.
If we get $1,000 in donations, we will do a fan dub of an anime.
Yeah.
A 12-episode anime.
A 12 episode? I was thinking one episode.
Okay, one episode. I thought you meant an entire anime, so I was trying to tone it down. One episode of an anime.
Actually, funny story. Me and my friend were really into, like, the Haruhi Suzumiya anime.
Oh, okay.
And so we dubbed over an episode of it.
Wow!
I have no idea. It was so bad. We were like kids, but I think it's on YouTube somewhere.
No, me and Mashi are gonna do all the voices.
Like, we didn't know how to, like, put sound back over, so, like, the parts where we dubbed was just, like, a silence and then our voice.
That's really funny.
It's really funny.
Yeah, Shark, we'd love to have you. My grandma sent me a letter telling me that Ashley is pregnant. Who's Ashley? I know that was an offer.
Thanks, Grandma? I don't know who Ashley is.
You know who loves bananas? Minions.
Donkey Kong. Oh, right here, Rin.
What?
It's like right here, the satellite.
Oh. Oh, wow. How convenient. Batteries.
Why am I always
Teacher
full of
Shark.
Shit.
Come on,
Okay.
please be open on Sunday.
They were closed yesterday, so they should be. Barn.
Oh, there's
Barn.
nobody at the counter, but I can still talk to a guy, apparently. How do I build the... Do I have to build it from the carpenter?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Final Fantasy 14 teacher. Ah, わかりました. Let me in! Oh, they don't open until 9! Punk wife outfit. Teehee. Thank you.
I want a pet, Rin.
Yeah, pet me. Pet me. Thank you.
Snowy.
Barn. Where do you want the barn?
Well,
I'm gonna need you to clear the land.
Okay.
If
you want to put it like next to the...
If you clear these trees, yeah. I think I can put it down on top of the grass, and then we can keep the grass for them to... Can't say it cute like that, Core melts fast. Oh, I heard Core giggle today.
Cute!
And Core giggled so much that he snorted. It was adorable!
I love that! Thank you for the head pat!
You can't get rid of that stump, can you? That big one?
No.
That's gonna be kind of... inconvenient. What should we do? Can you get rid of the fence? That's right next to the house on the left. Yeah, keep going. Other way? Well, yeah, that way, sorry. And food got me to giggle.
I need to empty my pockets.
Yeah, I think you have to... Oh, this... Okay. This fence, I still need you to delete the rest of that part of the fence. Thank you for patting me on the head. And hydrate, okay.
You want me to delete this?
Those last two pieces at the
right
top?
Here?
Yeah. Okay, I might need you to cut down some grass. Can you get the bit that's the cluster of 3? Yeah. Okay, now I need you to do a little bit by the second tree seed that's on the ground. Okay, great. Perfect. Thanks, Mashi.
You're welcome.
All right. She made me blush and turn red, and I giggled nervously. You giggled cutely.
Why can't I just set this fence on top of the grass?
I don't know.
I want to expand the fence out.
Yeah, we can give them like one big yard. Should I move this tree?
Yeah.
You can't throw adorable pretty cat girl and not expect me to perish like that. I mean, you really can't say this kind of thing to me. My self-esteem is already criminally high. Put the wood in there. Good. Thanks.
Uh-oh.
Find resources. I'll put the vitamin drink in here. It's not really a refined resource, but... Okay. I got some nanners to sell. Got some nanners to put in the frig.
Frig.
Frig. I didn't mean to put my whole bag in the frig. Come on. Get frigged. Yeah.
Get frigged, idiot.
Friggerated. Okay, now I'm going to the place to do the thing. Yep.
The place to do the thing? That
That's
thing?
right. Yeah. The blacksmith is closed. Okay, what else we got? Quests. Shipping eggs and shipping milk. We're working on that. That's what happens to me when I lose to a Farigiraf in Champions. You get frigged.
Whoa! Where did this large chicken egg come from? It's huge!
Did one of our chickens lay a big egg?
Like a big, big egg.
Alright.
Wait, can
We
I
could probably donate that to the goddess.
I already offered her an egg.
We could, but the big egg is probably different.
No, it doesn't say.
Well, okay.
It says offered already. Maybe I got a big egg before.
Cha! I got a caterpillar. Oh! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, can I?
And a Luna moth.
Gigi, hi! What, baby? Is it food time?
It's always food time. Imagine if dogs were born from eggs. I don't think...
From
I
eggs?
want to imagine that. Thank you for Head Pat. You guys, Core has a redeem called Head Pat, and then another redeem called Funny Head Pat. And if you want to know what it does, you'll have to see for yourself.
Blueberry jam.
Go on. No, they need to go to your stream if they want to see it. If they want to know. Okay. Flour.
I can't wait to rearrange our crops. So like...
I can't tell if you liked it or not.
So like we could put a scarecrow here.
Okay.
And then we could put this one in the same vicinity.
Oh my gosh, it's already summer 21st.
Dang. We can
Okay,
get
I
rid
still
of
have a couple
these.
tools. I still have 2 tools that are not bronze, so I'm gonna actually go mine for more bronze for the rest of the day, I think.
Okay, I'll come with you. I actually emptied my pockets this time. By the way,
Chad,
there
did
are
you know-
next... Sorry.
Chat, did you know that if somebody donates $20 to charity, we have to spin a wheel and perhaps go to the mine with no food and no weapons?
Yeah.
That's one of the things on the wheel that could happen to us.
I'll go to 15. Where are you going?
I went to 15 too.
Okay, I'll go to 30. I'll go to
Okay.
30.
It's only $20. It's for the children.
Think of the children.
They want to play video games. There's not a lot of stuff to look forward to when you're stuck in the hospital, so... what Gamers Outreach is doing is
Can
really
you
special.
feed him? He keeps meowing.
Shizzle.
Shizzle.
Oh, there's already the hole. I'm just... wasting my time! Did you know lowering stress by playing video games improves health outcomes? That's right, it does. Would you like me to play a 2-minute and 14-second long video for you about that topic? Do I have one? You know what else lowers stress? This is a game for children. Not only is it good for the mental health for the kids, it's also good for their physical health. Exactly.
Don't break TOS.
I think it's okay to say stuff as long as there's not like inappropriate content. Okay, Cox says I was gonna say Final Fantasy XIV, and Core says, oh, Core is being naughty. That's pretty funny. But as a charity, they have to like continue to uphold a certain image, you know. Yeah, I know Core. Core is always fairly respectful. Women are beautiful. That's just a fact.
Facts.
You're not gonna hear any argument from us. Talking to 2 women enjoyers.
There's a whole chat full of women enjoyers.
That's true. I think if anybody wasn't a woman enjoyer, like, would they even be here? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Because that would have to be, like, straight women, and I'm sure straight women find us entertaining.
I would hope so.
With a ring in my pocket waiting for a taker, you'll meet the right one. Hi, Norman!
Hi, Norman.
Well, welcome to Rinfination. We have free healthcare. First time chat. Free! That's right. Core dream life. Go to work, make money, come home, and play video games with wife, love wife, repeat. That sounds pretty damn good.
That sounds good to me.
Actually, if I didn't have to go to work, that would be even better.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Norman. No, I think I need to have a job, but otherwise I
need to have a job for sanity.
Right? Like, I need to have some sort of obligation. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit and play Monster Hunter Stories 2 all day, which is not super great for my health. I'd go nuts without a job, yeah. I think that's why a lot of people who retire end up picking up jobs anyway. We kind of exist in this society where work keeps our mind off of gestures vaguely to everything the horrors. And that's in part to prevent us from being able to do anything about the horrors. I need a job, but I hate people, so I'm drawing furry stuff now. I mean, do what you gotta do. The furry community pays well and respects you, you know? Also, hi, Joker. Make that bag, King! Running out of stamina.
Yeah.
It's 11:30, I guess we should leave.
I got all my food. I got 23, but... Rin and Mashi almost played all Heartopia-style games.
What do you mean Heartopia-style games?
Heartopia came out, like, way after, Coral Island and Stardew Valley. And they're not really that similar-ish. I'd say...
Well, that's why I'm curious. Almost all the do-likes. Oh my god. Do-like is pretty funny.
Topia games and island games.
Island games. I made it.
He's at the green grass. Swing, swing. Oh, I could do this.
You can see. That's so cute. Farming sim is a farming sim. This is a do-like. Okay. Do you like do-likes?
Do-likes.
I do like do-likes.
I like Shark's idea.
I like Shark.
I like Shark.
Shark, I'll have to find a time to get the souvenir I brought from Japan back for you. I didn't bring it to the last time I saw you because we were with a group of people and I didn't want to like give some people souvenirs and not some other people, you know what I mean? This is a mayonnaise machine!
We have one of those.
Well, I just got one in the mail.
Wonder if I'll get one in the mail.
Probably.
Maybe we should make another furnace.
That's not a bad idea.
Are you making one, or do
Is
you want me to make
mayonnaise
one?
an instrument?
Do you want me to make one?
I'm looking at crafting it right now. Furnace. We need 20 bronze ore to be able to make it. How much bronze ore do you have?
23.
Oh, okay. Well, then you should make it.
Yeah, I need to empty my pockets. It won't let me craft it. Silly, silly, silly.
Silly, silly, silly. Those in 13 days. We'll have to save this for next summer. Oh wait, wasn't there a box that had seeds in it?
I think, this one.
The crops one. Okay, forageables. Monster loot. Materials. Crops.
Coal.
Coal?
I need coal.
Oh yeah, you do. Where did you put your mayonnaise maker? Oh, it's over here. I mean, I guess I could sell it.
No, it's okay. We can use it.
Can I sell this mayonnaise?
Yeah, we could sell the mayonnaise.
Okay. We should probably not make mayonnaise right now, though, because we have to sell eggs.
Yes.
Give me these tomatoes!
Do you have any more bronze?
No, I put it all in the chest.
Okay.
I think I should go back to the mine to get more.
Bring some food with you.
I have 19 candied tree seeds.
Okay.
I just found 3 more in the trash. I cannot get rid of these. Well, you know what I got for free from the grocery store yesterday? Ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, for free?
Yeah, well, with my points.
Yum.
The points, you exchange the points for, like, coupons. Are you gonna share? Sure. I don't want to share, though, because I want to eat them all myself. But I will. I'd share with you, Norman. Yeah, load me up with all that copper. Let's go. Mama's gotta upgrade 2 tools.
You can sell this jam.
Yes, you can. Oh, there's already a hill. Great. Yippee! I haven't had an ice cream sandwich in a really long time. It was like 400 points and you can get $8 off up your produce order. And I was like, yeah. How much is it for the sticky note? $10 to children. It's just $10 to children.
For Rin and yeah.
You can get one on Mashi for $2.
I think.
But I'm gonna handwrite your name on mine.
I already got Norman. I got Norman on my arm.
It's for the children. We're actually really close to getting the crowd control game too. Probably if I count how much money 50 YouTube memberships is, then we probably already hit it. Because before break we were only $40 away.
Now we're halfway. Well, no.
What?
More than halfway.
Yeah, we were more than halfway to start with. So I got another $10 after the break, so that's 70 total. But you got some donations after the break too, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Norman! What color post-it note do you want? Blue! Do you want a light blue or the blue that I have on my head for Sayo? You want that color blue or do you want a lighter blue? Tough decision.
Thank you.
What the light blue look like? Oh my god. One sec.
It looks like light blue.
It looks like light blue! It looks like this. This is the color.
Oh, thanks.
Wait, don't pin that to anyone! It looks like this. Do that? Okay. You got it, boss. Then we're gonna put R.S. Norman on here. Azazel? Shaking a 2-liter bottle of soda? That's dangerous. Stand back, it's gonna blow! Okay, let me go here, let me go here. We grab this.
Frog. Forg. Forg. No, they were singing and I made them fly away. Or jump away.
Ta-da!
Beautiful.
I made Norman's name look a little fancy. Thanks, Norman! I wonder what will play crowd control for you guys. Do you think Stardew Valley again?
No.
Hi, Ren.
Shizzle says, hi, Ren.
Oh, hi, Shizzle! Forgy chair. That's a Forgy chair if I ever saw one. Yeah. Oh, nice. I found the mother lode. I'm gonna be able to upgrade both my tools now. Well, I have enough to upgrade one of them. These post-it notes are so colorful. They're fun. I kind of want to do them on like a normal day.
I know, me too.
Right? Like people who show up in chat, oh, let me make you a post-it. Stick 'em on me. Didn't mean to eat my candied tree seed. Oh well. Okay. Take me down like I'm a domino. More. No, don't attack me, child. I don't want to kill you. We also have to name an animal after Norman now, too.
Norman, what animal do you want to be?
We should be making a list. Okay. Sayo, chicken.
Dinky, what? Did Dinky say what?
Pumpkin, sheep. Is there a dog? No.
Actually, there is a dog.
There is a dog?
Yeah, there's dogs and cats.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess we could adopt a pet. That's not really what I was thinking of.
Yeah. No, a farm animal.
Farm animal. You have to pick a farm animal. Guess we could get a dog named Norman. Goat? That's a choice. And then the other one was for Dinky?
Yep. I don't know what Dinky wanted to be.
Well, we need a cow, so...
Dinky's our cow.
I think Dinky did tell us what animal. I don't remember.
If anyone can scroll and figure out which animal Dinky wants to be.
Yeah, if you scroll back and figure out what animal Dinky wanted to be, I will give you a post-it note for free. Thanks, Sunny. It looks like I'm drinking Seba Mise's 12's post-it note. Yummy. Give me a min. You already have a post-it note on me. Thank you, son, for all my accoutrements. Click, 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 click. Alright, this is gonna be enough copper to last us for the rest of the game. By copper, I of course mean bronze. Ah! I accidentally did my spin attack and woke up a skeleton. Oh, bugs. I might as well kill this guy too. I already got my sword out, you know? I did find this on accident. Thank you for subscribing! 25 months! Wow. 25 is a nice square number. Thank you, Shark. Burp. Thanks for staying with me this long. Of course, you're awesome.
You're awesome.
I'm full aware I can be a little annoying at times. Shark is awesome, true facts. Sun out here spitting facts. I always enjoy spending time with you. Aw, I feel the same way. I gotta get you your computer parts back. I haven't bought the new power source yet. I should order that. Actually, I've been meaning to ask you for help picking one out for my PC.
Snarky. Ah!
Snort. What?
Cox played a jump scare.
Oh. Come on. You know, when we met the other Cox the other day, the whole time I couldn't stop thinking about how, like, if he was going to start talking about poop. And it was only, like, 3/4 of the way through the fossil exhibit that I realized that wasn't the same person.
Oh my god.
It's just two different people that are both named Cox.
Entirely.
Two very different people entirely. Oh no! That funny. I didn't say anything embarrassing. But
okay,
yeah.
It's bedtime.
I'm coming. I know, Jay. Isn't it weird that I, Rinfinite, the most say-so of all VTubers, have 2 friends named Cox? Like, what? I don't have friends? Ah, okay.
Wow.
That's how I should have
Are you
known.
saying Rin's not your friend?
Yeah, what the fuck? I thought I was hanging out with you for like a solid 2 hours.
People don't friend me.
Rude. That is rude, I agree.
Haven't Pumpkin and I, like, invited you to play, like, Killing Floor with us?
I'm personally hurt by this. Me too.
No, I'm pretty sure we did.
New quest. Neighbors help. Chop the log behind Paul's house. Who's Paul?
Paul? Wow, that was so quick! Look at our barn!
Oh, really? It's already done? Wow. Okay, nice. Well, let's go get us an animal or two in a minute when the place opens. This song sounds like the Little Mermaid song, at least the one that's playing for me.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
That one. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. I think of Kingdom Hearts. Have you ever played Kingdom Hearts?
My first Kingdom Hearts game was Kingdom Hearts 350 over 2 days.
356
like that.
and a half days.
Sure.
Yeah, for the DS.
Yeah, for the DS. I did not beat it. And then I did also try, within the past 10 years, I would say, to play Kingdom Hearts 1. 358 over 2. Thank you. 358. I don't know why. I'm usually good with numbers. I can't remember that one.
I don't know why I thought it was 6. Probably because that's a year.
I always think 365 over 2. But I recently learned that's not it.
It's just over a year. Oh.
That one was
fucking sad.
No, it's not. That's less than a year.
That one made me sad. Like, that game is so sad.
Yeah, it was depressing.
Like, I did not recover. It changed me as a person.
Really?
No. It was just really sad.
I didn't beat it, like I said. I got to one boss that I couldn't beat and I gave up.
You should beat it. Someone buy Ren the whole pack on Steam.
God. I mean, you could donate $50 to charity, and well, I guess that wouldn't be all the games. It's not on the pack? Damn.
No, I thought it was. I'm away.
Oh, we can also get a duck.
Who wants to be a duck?
They remade it into a movie? That's stupid.
Huh? I mean, I guess the movie is worth the watch, I guess, but the game is fun. I caught... Never mind. I've caught a moth.
Okay, we need a cow, so I'm just gonna name the cow Dinky Smooth.
Dinky!
Oh shoot, we're 100 coins short.
I could go sell something at the general store.
That would be great! Yeah, anyway, I tried playing the first one, but like, the camera is difficult.
I raged so hard on the first boss, like the first, not the first boss, but the final boss.
Oh, I didn't make it that far at all. It would be tough to make a DS game work on PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah, well. They did it for that one game. No, that wasn't on PlayStation and Xbox. And I also can't even... Ooh, excuse me. The World Ends With You is what I was thinking of.
Is that enough?
Yes. Thank you. Okay, Dinky Smooth as a cow is pretty funny, actually.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we can get a purple cow?
A purple cow?
It produces starlit milk?
What?
Played this game a lot, and I did not. Maybe it's in the new update.
Oh my god,
the purple cow costs 5,000 though.
Oh my god, there's a bunny.
A bunny?
Norman wants to be a dog. I want to just see how much. Goat. Oh, you did. Okay, goat.
But we can't buy a goat yet. No, I don't know that necessarily.
I'm a dog. Mr. Fluff. I want the fat black cat.
Alright, 2 new animals. Okay, so now we need to buy... Oh, we can't afford. Well, tomorrow we need to buy the milking bucket and stuff.
I'm gonna eat fish tacos and then I'm gonna go fish.
Have fun. I'm gonna smelt some bronze so I can upgrade my 2 remaining tools.
You know the dev team that made... I don't know what that abbreviation is.
The World Ends With You.
The World Ends With You made a Kingdom Hearts game. It's my favorite one.
Which Kingdom Hearts game did they make?
Oh, my tummy.
Chain of Memories? Chain of Memories is your favorite. Interesting. Museum? No, I want to do it to the blacksmith.
The blacksmith.
I can speak English. In fact, I'm fluent. I think we decided we're going to go back to Japan in 2 or 3 years, and I decided I'm going to be fluent in Japanese by then.
Nice.
Surely that's a reasonable timeline, based on my current knowledge. I don't really know. But it could be. Could be real.
Why is Dinky cranky?
Didn't Gigi just get food?
No, Dinky is cranky.
Oh.
A cow.
Oh, I don't have enough money. LOL. We have $9.
I'm okay. I'm here. Thank you. I do. I will. Yeah. Don't we need like an assortment of like good stuff for the Sakura festival? Or is that the fall festival? No, it's a fall festival where we have like a box that we have to put high quality stuff in. Yes. Karacha. High quality bluegill. It's just copper, bronze quality. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I caught trash and it did a sad noise. Maybe we can make shrimp fried rice. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Oh, no.
Yeah, it'd be unpleasant.
I hate that.
Well, you can't put them under your hat now, can you?
No, but maybe you could put them in a bag under your hat.
Oh, look, that'd be better than your mouth.
But how would he cook?
Well, he doesn't cook. He just has to control you.
But how would he control me if he's in a bag?
Oh, you're right. Maybe we do have to put him in the mouth so he can connect to the brainstem or something. Gross.
That's so odd.
Cookbook. Bug jerky. The poster. It does not appear that I could hang the poster up on a wall in the house.
Damn it.
Just kind of curious. My fishing leveled up. Yippee! Cooking recipe for sushi. Okay, so we need to get a milking pail and shears.
Ooh, fancy wooden fence. Cooking pail, or milking pail and shears.
wonder if I can make sushi out of shrimp. I can't. I need rice. Okay. We need to do something and get us more money so we can upgrade our tools.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have a lot of ore, but no money.
Did we process all the ore?
I've been processing it.
Okay.
I think, yeah, I can. Maybe we could sell some of the silver bars or something. Maybe they're worth something.
I say we make another mason jar.
Sure. They're very profitable.
And we...
Oh, we need to offer silver bar to the goddess. And kelp essence.
Do
you think it's like 5 kelp essences we have to offer?
I can check.
Yeah, I'll find out. Shrimp?
Three silver bars, 3 kelp essence.
For what?
For the goddess.
Oh, okay. I have the kelp essences in my inventory.
Yeah, 3 each.
Okay. Right, milk pail and shears obtained. This guy with his fun bucket. His duck is sick and he doesn't even do anything about it.
Damn.
Disgraceful.
Did you check on the chickens?
Not yet, but I can. Was it 3 bars that we needed to donate to?
Yeah.
Okay. I got him. But first I'll check on the chickens.
It seems to be the rest of a delivery list, possibly used by a local vendor. Avocado, hot pepper, bell pepper, Frank. Strawberry, blueberry, Charlie.
Oh, it's like items that people
Strawberry,
like.
Paul.
I ordered a black and white cow, not a brown cow. Okay, animals have been tended.
Nice.
Yoink. Oh, and I got milk, didn't I? Oh, but I can offer it to the goddess? I'd rather do that first than sell it. Sell it later. Oh, goddess, I have a delivery for you. It's a bit of a hefty one today. Barn animals. Milk. rare resources. This, and this. Nice. Nice. Oh, one way we can get money is by selling our extra artifacts, but we can also use those to upgrade and like give our tools extra abilities.
Yeah.
I think we could use the money more right now. If that's alright with you, I'll sell them.
Fine, yeah.
Well, there's some that actually aren't worth very much money. I usually keep those ones.
Okay.
But like this one that's 500, I think I'll sell that. There we go. That should get us some funds to upgrade our tools. Jay, have you been romancing somebody in this game? Do you have a character who you're interested in? I'm curious.
Oh, shoot. Oh, maple syrup.
Maple syrup?
Yeah.
Yam! I mean, yum!
Yam.
What is yam?
Yam.
What is yam?
Ball of
cutscene. Oh, is it the pivot one? Oh boy. I think I'll go ahead and skip that. Yam!
Anne's birthday.
It's two people's birthday.
And Leah.
Yeah. I guess I could make some flower bouquets for them.
Let's see where they are at. They are at...
Anne
is
south of the lake.
South of the lake.
Lily! My S tier queen. Oh, I got it!
You did.
A puss moth.
Yeah, I caught one earlier. I tried not to laugh. I tried to be mature.
It's a puss moth!
It's a puss moth.
Its name.
Leah
okay, and the other girl
is by the
guess
water
what just happened to
wheel.
me? By the what?
Water wheel on the map.
Thank you. Sugar, what just happened to you? I'm scared.
Huh?
No! Well, I was afraid you were gonna say something like that.
What the hell, Sugar?
No! A cutscene. Sugar, that sucks.
How could they have gotten your new number? Your best friend?
I would be scared too.
It has to be someone you know.
Are they using a voice changer or something when they call you?
Oh, this fish is sparkling.
Ooh. Your voice whispered your husband is cheating on you? Jesus Christ.
Huh?
That sucks. I'm so sorry that's happening.
Oh, was it a private number that called?
Ugh.
Always private.
Nope. I don't like this for you. I'm gonna cancel this for you. This one's not getting a season 2.
Oh, my fishing rod sucks. I can't catch anything. I can't
We're gonna
catch
get
anything
money to upgrade it,
sparkly.
don't worry.
I know. But this mine by the, or this lake by the mine has like sparkly fish in it.
I'll try to come over there. I'm still trying to find Leah. She keeps moving.
Oh, here.
She's in her house now. Also, happy Father's Day. Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
To the dad who stepped up. Okay, so you said by the mine?
Yeah. By the mine there are sparkly fish.
Okay, I'm coming. I want to see them.
Yeah, I want you to see them.
Where are they?
Over here, follow. You can walk on this. Oh, they're gone.
There's some, like, fireflies.
Can we catch them? Oops.
Don't worry, I just said I didn't want to interact with you. Okay, watch out. Okay, I'm gonna sneak up on him.
I don't think they're real.
No. Sigh.
Sigh.
I've got a fossil to donate to the museum. From a Gallimimus.
I'm gonna donate this maple syrup. Not donate,
Go ahead.
sell.
Sure, no problem. Collecting coconuts, eh?
Chop the log behind Paul's house?
Oh, I could go do that now.
Where's Paul's house?
Top right. I'm on my way. I wonder if it's too big, actually.
Yeah, I wonder.
Now that I'm thinking about it. This is a big rock. Is this the wrong house? No, this is Paul's house, right? It was Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can chop it. It's this.
Oh, the log. Oh.
That was easy.
It's closed.
Makes sense. It is 10 o'clock at night.
But why don't people invite me into their house at 10 o'clock at night?
Great question. I've been asking myself the same thing for years.
My dragon fruit jam. Yum.
Yum! Okay.
I'm coming.
Hey, no rush. Oh, my friendship increased with Charles somehow.
That's so weird. Now
I
with
didn't
Leah
even
or
talk to him.
Anne?
I guess not.
That's so funny. Look at all the money we made.
Yahoo!
Oh, the syrup is worth a lot. Holy crap.
The what is?
The syrup.
Really?
Yeah, we got 1,400 from it. From 7 of them.
Oh. That makes more sense.
I want to buy a new kitchen appliance.
So you want to upgrade a tool?
I do want to upgrade a tool. Maybe my axe.
I would suggest upgrading a tool instead of buying a kitchen appliance.
But if I can cook, I can mine for longer. Oh, I took your pepper.
Oh, I don't care.
I'm sorry.
It's not mine, it's ours. Void.
Void Munashi. Banana jam. Do.
Have you seen their orc character?
What?
Void's
Void's,
character?
yes.
So cool looking.
It is, yes. Don't you have like a... What is that style called? Wait, Void, you're streaming.
What?
Void, you're streaming.
What are you doing here?
Why are you here if you're streaming? That's funny. I mean, I guess you could ask me the same thing. Why am I looking at your stream while I'm streaming?
Okay. So the silver bar was worth only 75 coins. So we'll keep those.
Can I upgrade my fishing pole?
Please do.
I wonder how many. What do I need? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, thank you for the head pat, Dran. How are you?
Silver fishing pole. Coral Island.
Do you have anything that's not bronze yet?
Yeah, I have my axe. My axe and my hoe are still not
I think
bronze.
We should do those first.
Yeah. But can't I upgrade my fishing pole and...
I don't think we have enough money for that.
Okay. I'll do my axe then. I want to upgrade everything.
Pumpkin, give me your fur!
Wait.
I already got all the animals out.
You did. I'm gonna move these. Object is not being used by another player. What do you mean?
What?
There we go.
Still can't believe the amazing digital circus is done.
Wait, is it really?
I don't know. I don't know enough to comment.
Wait, what?
Alright, who wanted this hibiscus? Walter? Yes, it's over.
That's wild.
What's wild about it?
It wasn't a very long series. There's maybe like... How many episodes are there? Like 10?
Okay, white hibiscus does not count as hibiscus.
Oh, it's the red one?
I guess so.
Cutscene? Only 9 episodes. Wow. Uh-oh. Are they arguing? Oh, no, they're not arguing. Paul, I held on to hope. Really did. Thought maybe you'd remember by morning. Oh, they are arguing. Oh, you forgot my birthday. How could you? Oh,
even
Poodles.
I remember your birthday.
I didn't mean to. I just forgot. Oh, no. Poodles.
Oh, boy.
My God. You just forgot? That's your excuse? We've been married for so long. Am I not special to you anymore, Paul?
No, you were actually never special to me.
No, it's not like that at all. You're my world. I slipped up. I'm truly sorry. Sorry, doesn't fix this, Paul. Words are cheap.
Whoa!
You're absolutely right, Anne. I've messed up, and I'll fix this, I promise. Wow, yeah, even we remembered her birthday.
Okay,
Crazy.
but, like, also, I wouldn't, like... What do you mean, sorry doesn't fix this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? He forgot, he can just celebrate your birthday tomorrow, you know what I mean? Get over it. Build a bridge, and get over it!
Oh, I need wood. I need 20 wood for my axe. Are we about to witness a divorce episode of Rin and Moshi? No!
No, but of Paul and Anne, maybe. Me and Moshi have never had a fight.
No. Never.
Maybe someday. But not yet.
Say that?
I don't know.
20
I mean, we're both humans.
Yeah.
I think both of us tend to avoid confrontation.
Yeah.
Like, we just solve a problem calmly, you know? And, like, also we're both pretty chill, so, like, not many things really constitute a big problem.
Mm-mm. Winter!
Winter!
Hi!
Hello.
Oh.
Hi. That's something Kirby says. More sticky notes. Yeah, we had some more people do donations, JC. So now I've got more sticky notes. Get in my net.
I upgraded my axe, and we saw 5,000.
Whoa, really? It wasn't that expensive?
Mm-mm.
Oh, let me upgrade the rest of my crap then.
No, it's just the first upgrade. And if you
want to
get a
upgrade
backpack,
that's 5,000?
Yeah, maybe. If you want to get a backpack, it's only 3,500.
No, I don't. I want to upgrade my tools.
Okay.
And then I should bring some wood and stone, just in case.
No, just wood. 20 wood.
Okay.
Well, I think it depends on what you're upgrading, actually.
Oh my god.
The axe was 20 wood.
Well, I'll do my axe. What could go wrong if we both don't have an axe for a few days?
Nothing.
Surely nothing could go wrong. I could do my, hoe.
Yeah, the silver upgrade is 5,000.
Okay. Well, then the bronze is more affordable than I thought. I caught a Gulf fritillary. Yay.
Whoa, I gave her a banana and she's wearing a banana shirt. I'm so cool.
Whoa. Mashi's that kind of friend.
Yeah. I see you're wearing a banana shirt. Would you, like a banana?
Would you like this banana that I happen to have in my pocket for some reason? I grew it on my own farm.
Is that a banana? Never mind.
Is that a banana in your pocket?
Yeah.
Or are you just happy to see me? Bro, I'm cleaning up the black roots, okay? Can you give me a little patience? I'm doing it, like, me and Mashi are doing it by ourselves. You could come help.
Who's complaining?
I don't even remember. Crabs.
So, it said my axe would take 1 day. Is that just, like, it'll be complete tomorrow?
I guess it's not.
No?
I would guess it will not be ready tomorrow and then it would take 1 more day, is my guess.
Okay.
Okay, I can give an egg to Erica. Where are you at, Erica? Oh, you're right by me. How convenient. Yuri is reading on the beach, and she's going, why am I reading this? What? I mean, you're the one reading it.
It's pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Oh, Scott just asked me to hang out. Maybe later. I'm trying to give an egg to Erica, okay? She might not even still be here. It says she's here. Oh, she's inside. Erica, I have an egg for you. Here you go. You're welcome. Oh, I can invite Eva to hang out with me. That's interesting. Ben just told me he's leaving in 2 weeks.
To where?
Just to get some new scenery. I'm trying to get rid of the black roots, okay? Please. In fact, I've been doing a pretty darn good job.
Actually, farmer expert? We both are.
What did you do to become a farming expert, Mashi? Did you do something cool?
I didn't do anything cool.
Well, okay then.
Are you down in the sea?
No, I'm at the farm. You need something?
No.
Huh?
Just wondering.
Oh, I was down at the sea. But now I'm at the home. Got some bugs to get rid of. And I have a butterfly I can donate.
Void, how was your stream? Hello, everybody.
Oh, Void, yay!
Void, I saw you were streaming. Well, what's this little guy? Hello, everyone. I'm Mashi. And this is Rinfinite. And we're doing the charity stream.
I'm Rinfinite.
We're on the same team as Void.
We're on the same team as Void!
If you're curious about my incentives or Rin's incentives, go to our Twitch panels.
Yeah! Or you could ask, I guess.
Or you could ask. Look at you wiggle. I have one of those.
Have you know that in Rinfination we have free healthcare? Think about it. Just think about it. Old school RuneScape.
Old school RuneScape. That sounds cool. Does that shout out work? Wait, is my mix it up broken?
Oh, it worked on my channel.
No, what? Can we do
free healthcare? That's right.
Oh, because you're shout out.
How are you gamers? How's Coral Island?
It's good.
The island is islanding.
It's coraling. It's coraling so hard.
Who up coraling the island? That's what I want to know. Actually, we probably have to stop after this day. Whoa!
Whoa!
Ariel Arashi!
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for the raid!
Dumb Bun Raid.
I'm watching their clip.
VTuber Summer Slam, hell yeah!
That clip was so cute, Ariel Arashi. Adorable. So cute. Your voice is so cute.
How is everyone? How was everyone's stream? Thank you for spreading kindness and coming our way.
Yeah. And I'm sure you're not a dumb bun.
I hope you met some of your goals.
Is the VTuber SummerSlam like WWE? Yes. We're on the same team as one of your friends? Oh, who are your friends with? Little to the left? Oh, I love that game. So satisfying. Oh, Betty! That's so nice. Well, thank you for coming.
Betty!
It's nice to meet you. me give you a little
I'm not
follow.
late, you're late. No, I've been here.
Well, what do
Galaxy
you think? Should we play?
Wolfstar, thank you for the follow.
Should we play one more day?
Yeah, if you are able.
Oh crap! I'm about to pass out.
Hear me out.
No, I can make it. I can make it. I can make it.
Toppings, brownie with Oreo cookies inside with M&Ms and ice cream and chocolate shell syrup.
I'm listening.
What
I'm listening. I'm
what
hearing
the?
you out. I'm listening.
That sounds so good. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment on our models.
Yeah, thank you so much. You can't even see them very much right now.
Yeah, we have sticky notes everywhere.
Thank you so much.
You want me to become diabetic?
I just got the recipe for sunny side up eggs, Sunlimited. Yeah, so we're raising money for Gamers Outreach. And they are providing games and consoles on like portable, they call them go-karts, so that kids can play video games in the hospital and helps them get better.
Helps them connect with friends.
That too. I mean, just having a positive disposition is super helpful for healing. And it's really nice for the kids to have something to look forward to. We have a variety of incentives for things like you could stick Post-it notes on us.
You can mess with our Coral Island game.
Yes. You can mess with our game. That would be fine and it would not bother me at all.
No, absolutely not.
We already reached our goal for this whole stream, which was to do a crowd control game. So that'll happen. We'll plan that. That'll happen soon.
Yeah.
Let's see. My first goal on my channel is for $100 on my channel, and then you'll have a Rin karaoke stream where chat can suggest songs live, and I will sing them even if I don't know them. That should be fine, right?
It should be totally fine. You got this.
What could go wrong?
Did you end up getting the milker?
Yep. I've been using it every day.
Okay.
I can put it in the chest though.
It's okay. Is it Shigo or Shiego? It's Shigo. Wait. I'm confused.
For what?
Remember, reality is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. Buy gold.
Buy gold. Buy? Well, okay. I don't know what you're asking for this second question, though. If you get the reference. Shigo sounds like a character from Kim Possible?
Yeah, it does.
Is that anything? I got it. It is? Well, then I got it better than I usually get references.
I like that show.
Usually my chat has to play a game called Chat Explains the Joke. I want a doom spell? A doom spell!
No, Rin, your axe is ready. My axe was ready.
Oh, great. Let's upgrade the next thing then, too.
And then the next one is we need 5 bronze and 20 wood again. Harpo, hi! Thank you so much for the... Ooh!
Harpo, thank you so much for helping us set up, or helping me set up all of my stuff. It's all working perfectly, and I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. Day 3? Is it day 3 for you, Mashi?
Day 3! Yes, it is.
Wow. Day 1 for Infinite.
I started on Friday. Oh yeah, I got you.
Oh, we only have 4 bronze bars left.
Oh, shoot.
So I gotta craft some more.
Okay, I'll...
Thank you for the
They're right here,
Black
Rin.
G.
Right here.
Welcome to Rinfination. We have free healthcare. Oh, day
Day
3
3
overall? I understand. That's true.
Yes, it is day 3. Day 3, yippee!
How's it looking? How's it going for y'all? Good?
Good, I'm almost at 200!
Cool. I only started today. But we did reach our $100 goal for this stream.
Our $100 goal was something...
Canadian, I got that already? Jealous.
Our $100 goal was a crowd control game together.
Yeah, and they won it. And as you can see, we're covered in sticky notes.
That's fun. Yeah, we have to figure out what game we're gonna do.
No, you're fun, Harpo. Will you shout out for Harpo?
Shout out for Harpo.
Also, day 1, Rin, and already at 61 is solid. Well, thanks. That was, mostly from Shark. Oh, and I also don't know how to convert this to money, but somebody on YouTube... somebody on YouTube gifted 50 channel memberships. So, I'll have to figure out how much that is so that I can forward it along. Run! She's a ghost and a bitch. What anime? I don't know. I also don't know. Yeah, but it's crazy, right? I don't even think it was somebody I know. I didn't recognize her username.
Ghost Stories dub. Ah, I should have known that.
There's an anime called Ghost Stories?
Yeah.
I'm uncultured. How about Frieren?
Frieren.
It's famous for fun reasons? Okay.
Yeah, because the dub is so weird and...
Oh, well,
they like made a parody dub, but it became an actual dub. Like the actual English dub is like a parody
In the
dub.
sub, it's a serious anime. That's really funny. Okay, I got my tool. Let me do my next tool.
The dub team got screwed over hard, did they?
Oh, that sucks. I do like it when my voice actors get money. So in spite, they all made it weird. That's amazing.
I didn't know that was the reason.
We thought they were just like that, Tia.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was made in hate. Well, I hope they had fun doing it, at least.
She's a ghost and a bitch. Run! Harpo, how was your day?
Was that all the copper ore we had?
All that we have is cooking right now. And there's 1 bar in the chest. Is that going to be enough to get to 5 bars, or do I need to go mine some more?
This is enough to get to... Yeah, there's 5 bars right now that I have, but... Do you want them?
No, I just upgraded my last tool.
Okay, I'll go upgrade.
Ghost Stories was picked up for dubbing by ADV Studios in 2005. According to voice actor Greg Ayers, they were told to do whatever it took to sell the show. The only condition was that the basic story and names of major characters and ghosts had to remain intact, but everything else was fair game. Oh my god. What a weird choice. And thanks for lurking, Harpo. Okay, well, how many silver bars are we at? Because we're going to need a bunch of those, so maybe I'll just go work on getting more silver.
We can do that.
Let me text Mr. Wren that we're going to finish this one more day. Maybe he has me on the TV. Maybe he can hear me.
Can you hear us, Mr. Wren?
Mr. Rin, are you with us?
Are you with us?
If you're with us, show us a sign.
I just hear screaming in the background.
I don't care how big the room is. I said I cast Fireball. We had to cancel my last D&D session. That was a little unfortunate.
Aww.
One of our friends' grandma got sick.
Thank you for the lurk, Harpo. Why did I teleport to the... Okay, no. This one.
Oh my god, I got torn page 7. Let's read it. Chimes cheat day meals, pizza, ramen, and gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
I do like that they sort of tell you what the things are that people like, so you don't you don't have to look it up. Because a lot of times when I play a game like this, I don't want to have a guide open with me while I'm doing it. There's already the whole Mashi.
Do I see so?
You know, like, I want to figure out what they like on my own. But sometimes you just never find out. Oop, a mole.
It's a little guy.
He's just a little guy. This guy has silver ore in him, though, so I gotta kill him.
I guess we gotta kill him. Damn.
It just be like that.
I guess we gotta kill this guy. Damn. Oh, hell yeah. I got so much silver ore just now.
Excuse me, the slime can go through rocks? Hi, Bubby.
Pepper!
Pepper? She says, Mother, why aren't you downstairs? It's family time. Be there in a bit.
Exactly what she's thinking.
I'll be there really soon. Oh, Pepper, Sunny says hi.
Hi, Pepper. Oh.
She walked out of the room. Tell Pepper I love her. Pepper, Sunny loves you! She went into the bedroom. She heard me for sure. Yay? Yeah. Yippee! Anything for you. Alright, where's the stairs?
Oh my god.
There you go. Oops.
No.
We're busy.
How do I
keep
do
triggering
it?
it by accident. This is good, because this is also progressing towards unlocking the next giant, too.
Uh-huh. Oh! How are oh my god, I'm so sorry. I keep doing that. I keep doing that. They should disable that.
During combat, for sure.
Yeah, last time we were playing, I swear that wasn't an option. They probably did like a bunch of updates.
No, it must be from the new update. Because it just updated.
Oh, okay.
Like, literally a few days ago was a big update. Let's hug.
Oh.
Damn.
You were too late.
That's cold. Get hecked, bee.
What the hell? This is so scary looking.
What?
They're like... Oh, I got bat wings.
What was it?
It was like a skull with wings.
Oh, creepy.
Treasure!
Treasure?
Amber shield ring.
Okay. Small chance to completely block damage. I don't know, I think I like my ring of speed.
We can equip both of them.
What?
They let me.
Well, okay then. I won't ask questions. Oops. Hey, get out of my wife's presence. She's too beautiful to see creatures like you. The cat! We finally met the cat one, Mushy.
Oh yeah, I've never seen this one. Poison sack.
Nice. That's kind of hot.
Poison sack?
Not really, but I knew you'd laugh if I said it. Well, I don't think we're gonna get to floor 25 before... Oh, I found the stairs. And by stairs, I mean hole. Hole into the abyss.
Yes.
Maybe if we find the next ones quickly.
Jackpot.
Jackpot?
Ore. Lots of ore.
Nice. That was the main purpose of today's mission anyway. Although getting to floor 25 would be nice. Game, if you're listening. Yay! Oh, I just heard myself say yay from the TV. That means Mr. Rin's watching us on TV. Oh my gosh, there's a ton more over here too. Oh. It's 11:30. We should probably leave.
One more floor. Wait, what are we at? 2 more floors.
We're on 23, so
yeah.
One more floor is not enough.
Mm-mm. Okay, I'm leaving.
That was still good progress, and we got a lot of silver.
We did. We can.
We'll probably be able to finish the water dungeon next time we play.
Yeah. Do we have time? Well, I don't know if I have coal, actually.
We do have some at home. We have coal at home!
Yippee! I got my Rin time!
Yay, it's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I promise not to go on another long trip like that for at least another 2 years. Alright, let's make sure we both progress to the next day. Okay. Oh, it's beach cleanup day!
Oh!
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I love cleaning up in a game. And not really in real life. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out and for donating and for watching to support the cause. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I had fun. And thank you
too.
for your support. I think we'll meet our goal. I'm confident that we'll meet our goals.
Yay!
Okay, you pick someone to raid this time. Thank you for stream. Thank you for watching. I love you, Sunny.
Zin is live with Teeny, Mika, and Dawn.
Yeah.
That would be fun. That would be fun to read too. Zinastric. We're gonna go see Zinastric. Okay? We'll see you there. Tomorrow, me and Mr. Ren are doing a charity Marriage Monday stream, so please look forward to that. Yeah. But we'll see you then, okay? Good night, everybody. Bye, Onyata.
Bye.
Bye, Onyata.
Bye. Hold on, I have a wave. Yay! Bye. Please look forward to it.
My raid is loading. Oh.